Friday, June 2nd. Batman is absent from this week's episode, but that doesn't matter now. We are joined by a new name, one whose identity remains secret. They call him the man of 1,000 names, 1,000 voices.
Jason Hook.
Welcome back to Rico and Hook. This is the 24th installment and the number one weekly nonsensical variety show on Wayno's TV.
To kick off this absolute garbage pail that we call entertainment, we have news from around the world of sports. And to start off, Aaron Judge has been killing it in Major League Baseball right now for the Yankees. A very similar season to the last one. He's batting over 318 home runs, over 2 WAR. How do you feel about his season so far?
Yeah, and I don't think it's just the hitting side of the ball. I think it's the defensive side. I mean, how many home runs does he rob or just stand there against the wall? And he's just like an athlete overall. But Aaron Judge is carrying this Yankees team, and he was named the captain, and it seems like he deserves it at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, once again, he's just ripping the cover off the ball. And now moving into the NBA, the New York Knicks will not be extending their general manager, Scott Perry, after what was an awful tenure with the team. And now they could be looking to the former Warriors general manager, Bob Myers. He's the one that set up that dynasty that won 4 rings. So how do you feel about the Knicks' future? I know you're a pessimist when it comes to this team, but How do you feel about this front office and their future?
But I feel like getting Bob Myers is going to be a really good addition overall. Obviously, we saw what the Warriors did for, a decade almost, pretty much. Just having winning records seems like almost every year. And the Knicks did the complete opposite of that, having losing records a lot, barely making the playoffs, getting barely past the first round, the usual. But I think they just need to change the scenery overall in the front office, and that will help them overall as a franchise.
So to make sure I just don't cry on set here, let's just move into the NFL. DeAndre Hopkins will be released.
The New York Giants.
He was released by the Arizona Cardinals. Some teams that could be looking to pick up a wide receiver like him, the Bills. You've got the Chiefs. You've got the Lions. I don't think the Giants are going to be the ones to pick him up. But if you can give your non-biased opinion, who do you think D-Hop will land with this offseason?
The Cleveland Browns. That's my top choice. We're going back with Deshaun Watson. And number 2 for me is going back to Houston for him. Just got C.J. Stroud. They need a number 1 receiver down there, and it goes the same thing for Cleveland. They need a number 1 receiver. He already played with Deshaun Watson. They were teammates for 1 year in college, and I think they're a good fit together.
I like the Houston pick, but I'm going to go with Buffalo here. I think they've just been trying to build up this insane team for years now, and I think bringing in a veteran like D-Hop will be the icing on the cake for this team, which already has an amazing receiving core and an amazing quarterback in Josh Allen. So next up in NHL news.
Yeah, just skip that part. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll be talking about more nonsense.
I wasn't done.
To close out the show, we're going to talk about the world of music overall, and then Taylor Swift concerts recently around here in local northern New Jersey. And Ice Spice, I mean, that's one of my top favorite rappers. What's going on with them right now, Jason?
So you saw her bringing out Ice Spice at MetLife Stadium. I thought it was pretty hype for what I think is personally a pretty mid song, that Karma remix. I thought Ice Spice, kind of did her work, but it wasn't really enough to carry what is a decent song at best, but nothing too special, especially off of that Midnight's album, which I thought was great. But it's one of the weaker points on that new 3 a.m. edition. So, I mean, What do you think about this collab to big artists in the mainstream right now?
I mean, it's a really good thing. It's making a lot of money, bringing a lot of money for them especially, not really anybody else besides them too. But I know Taylor Swift is making a lot of money off these tickets. I mean, $500 to thousands of dollars a piece is crazy. But let's just move into the song of the summer, and I'm going to stick with Ice Spice. Princess Diana by Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj is my song of the summer. How about you, Jason?
I'm going to go with All My Life, Lil Durk and J. Cole. Right now it's blowing up all over the place, social media, even on the streaming sites. I think, it's got such a great message for a modern-day rap song that I think it's going to blow up even more this summer. I think it's going to be the song of the summer. And now speaking of rappers who have hip-hop artists in general who have just blown up over the past few years, Frank Ocean has not released an album since 2016, an amazing masterpiece in Blonde. Do you think he'll be dropping in 2023 after that Coachella performance, or do you think we'll have to wait another year for him to drop?
Gonna have to wait another year for sure.
It's a shame, isn't it? But I 100% agree with you. I just don't think he's ready. He's been working on it for years, but for some, like Travis Scott with Utopia, I just don't think he's ready. And now, just to close off the show, what is your number 1 song recommendation for today?
I'm going to go with My Way by Frank Sinatra. How about you?
Why is that?
Just because it makes me happy, usual. How about you?
It's a great song. You know, it's
Can't compete anymore. I think I won.
I was gonna say My Way. I'm not gonna lie.
Actually,
I was
we didn't
gonna
discuss that.
say My Way, and now you took it. I'm gonna say My Way, but performed by Seth MacFarlane in the animated movie Sing.
Yeah, we should close out the show.
I think it was a better version, and that will do it for this week's episode.
Tune in next week for another episode of the #1 weekly sports talk show on Waynos TV. I'm Rico.
And I'm Hook, and this has been Rico and Hook.
For what is a mouse? What has he got? If not himself.